If you still have no clue where humans came from, then maybe take a look at this so-called alien prequel of a film, Prometheus. Billions of years ago, a spaceship slowly descended on Earth. Out stepped a 3-meter-tall white giant. He opened a small bowl, downed the jelly-like substance inside in one gulp. Moments later, his body began to mutate, flesh tearing open until he collapsed into a waterfall. His cells started to split and multiply. Cut to the year 2089. The female lead, along with her boyfriend Dashan, uncovers a mysterious cave. There, they find a mural drawn 35,000 years ago. On it, a figure points toward a planet, the same planet they're about to explore. So, a ship named Prometheus sets off, carrying this crew toward a mysterious world showing signs of life. Everyone on board? Fast asleep in cryo. The entire ship. The only one awake is the android. David, serving as caretaker. After 2 years and 4 months, the ship is finally nearing its destination. David wakes everyone up. Meredith Vickers takes charge, gathers the crew for a meeting. A hologram appears before them. An old man begins to speak. This ship, built with his fortune, is here for one purpose: to find out where humans came from, what our mission is, and where we go after death. Then Lena and Dashan explain. They found ancient murals all over the world, all of them pointing to the same star system. That's the planet they've now arrived on, because this place shows signs of life. As the ship descends, all they see is a lifeless wasteland. Then they spot a massive structure. This thing? No natural formation. Definitely man-made, or something made. The ship lands, the crew suits up, the exploration begins, to be continued. On this unknown planet, the crew stumbles across a giant severed head. Scattered around the floor are metal canisters. Above them, murals stretch across the walls. Even the ground has a massive sculpted giant face. Then, black liquid begins oozing from the canisters. At that moment, the ship sends a warning. A violent storm is incoming. They're ordered to retreat. Now. Before escaping, Lena grabs the giant's head, while David sneaks a canister back on board. No one notices. Several worm-like creatures have already slithered into the black liquid. Back on the ship, Lena immediately begins examining the giant's head. Scanning reveals the outer layer is a helmet. They remove it. Underneath is a humanoid skull. Lena inserts a syringe into the head. They're trying to stimulate the nerves. Maybe even wake it up. Then the impossible happens. The giant opens its eyes. But the current is too strong. The giant's face twists in agony. Moments later, the head explodes into pieces. Too late now. All they've got left is a pile of brain matter to study. And from that, they discover the giant's DNA is identical to humans. Turns out these giants? They're the gods who created mankind. Meanwhile, David opens the canister, begins testing. Inside, a thick black liquid. To test its effects, David secretly slips some black water into Dashan's drink. Clueless, Dashan downs it in one go. Later that night, he finds Lena, and under the influence of the booze, they get busy. Next day, the team heads back into the structure. Da Chang and Xiao Chang spot a white creature slithering nearby. Curious, Da Chang tries to mess with it. Bad idea. The thing wraps around his arm, tight, tighter, crushing it. Xiao Chang panics and hacks at the creature with a blade, severs it. But what they don't know is this thing is insanely corrosive. By the time the rest of the crew finds them, their bodies are beyond recognition. Da Chang and Xiao Chang were eaten alive, their faces melted by the monster's highly corrosive acid. And then, the creature slithered right out of Da Chang's eye socket. Meanwhile, Dashan begins showing symptoms. The black water has kicked in. By the time they return to the ship, his condition has gone downhill, fast. Knowing he's a liability, Dashan begs Meredith to torch him with a flamethrower. She does. Lena watches her boyfriend burn. The grief nearly tears her apart. Back at the structure, David stumbles across an alien spacecraft. He activates its holographic memory. Turns out the giants were planning to use the ship to fly to Earth with a payload of those deadly canisters, but for some reason, they never made it. Then David finds something worse. A living giant still asleep in cryo. Meanwhile, Lena discovers she's accidentally pregnant, and this pregnancy isn't human. The crew plans to freeze her and take her back to Earth as a lab specimen. Suddenly, Lena fights back. She escapes to the automated medbay, forces the machine to cut open her abdomen and rip the thing inside out. What comes out? A squid-like monster. Huge, slithering, alive. Lena's horrified. She slams the door shut and traps the thing inside. Meanwhile, her dead boyfriend Dashan suddenly reappears. Only now he's mutated and fully insane. He launches a violent attack on the crew. They manage to kill him, but not without heavy casualties. When Lena returns to the ship, she sees the old man has shown up. Turns out he's been hiding aboard the ship all along in cryo, training, preparing. His goal, to find humanity's creators and demand eternal life. So now he sets out with the others to meet the living giant. They enter the dark heart of the structure. They awaken the giant. The old man is obsessed. He just wants to know how to live forever. But Lena pushes back. Why did they want to wipe out humanity? The giant doesn't speak. Instead, he snaps. He starts slaughtering everyone in the room. Bloodbath. The old man? Crushed to death right there. Lena sees the massacre and bolts. She runs for her life. Then she sees it. The giant puts on his helmet and begins launching the alien ship. Lena escapes and warns the captain. They cannot let the black liquid reach Earth. If they do, Earth is finished. The captain doesn't hesitate. He gives the order and pilots their ship straight into the giants. Suicide mission. The collision doesn't cause an explosion, but it slams the giant's ship to the ground, bringing it down hard. The company rep? Crushed like roadkill. In the end, only Lena is left alive. She drags herself to the medbay, hoping to treat her wounds, but then realizes the squid monster she left behind has grown. Massively. Suddenly she hears David's voice in her earpiece. Turns out, even as a decapitated android, David's still fully functional. They talk. Lena learns the giant isn't dead. And he's coming. When the giant storms in, Lena doesn't run. She opens the medbay door, releasing the full-grown squid monster. It attacks, wraps around the giant, drags him down, and kills him. Then David tells her there are many more alien ships on this planet. Lena makes a choice. She asks David to start one up and take her to explore the giant's homeworld. Just before the credits roll, something bursts out of the dead giant's chest, a new monster. And with its scream, the movie ends.